$175,000 or over 6 figures in your first 2 years of real estate, I'm gonna share what I did so that in the first 2 years of real estate, I was able to make $375,000. First of all, real estate is hard. So I wanna tell you that one of the main things that I did that I think you need to have is desire and motivation. Being an entrepreneur means that you have full control over your success and also your failure. That's one thing that I've learned and I've seen as I've coached people and seen people go in and out, is that if you don't need to make the salary, it's gonna be really tough to deal with rejection because it's coming. And being an entrepreneur is hard work. So that's one of the #1 things is you have to have desire and motivation because you're the only one that's gonna get yourself out of bed every day. So #2 is I knew and I still know that the competition against other real estate agents, if you will, is tough. And so coming into this market, I knew, and I will always say that it's really important to know the process of running a business, to be committed to understanding the products, which is the homes, right? Understanding the market. And then also, quite frankly, you need to know what to say, but I didn't necessarily know exactly all the key details of the real estate industry. So I did research on the industry, desire motivation, understanding what it takes to be an entrepreneur in this industry, and then doing your research on this industry, making sure that you know what you're going into and know the challenges. Those are really 3 big things that I think a lot of times get discounted. So the next thing I did is like, okay, I want to be a real estate agent. Who are the people that I want to work with and what is that area? Pick 2 places that you really want to focus on generating business. And then as your career grows, expand that. I focused on 3 actually. I did my sphere, worked on expired listings. Third thing is that I worked my way into my neighborhood. The next thing is get a mentor. So when I came out, like I said, from being an executive with a team, and I keep mentioning that because it's important. You know, I learned how to run a business. I helped grow a software company up to 1,000 people, but I, again, needed to learn the real estate business. The next thing I did was create a listing presentation. So I'm going out, talking to my sphere of influence, the people that I know, like, and trust, that know, like, and trust me. And I keep mentioning that because that is very important. I also was going against people who had already couldn't sell their house once. So the people that I'm talking to with expired listings are already a little bit like a presentation, and be professional. And I'm gonna compete against people that are delivering that. So you wanna be a professional person and come to the table with something. I had to learn the scripts. And again, that's one thing that I felt was extremely valuable and extremely important from my mentor. Being prepared, knowing the market, listening and asking questions, and knowing what to say is really a key factor so that you can make the extra money in every client that you meet. To be able to convert and talk to people so that they have the confidence that you are going to be able to get the job sold or get the job done or help them find that next home. I mentioned I had mentors, I got a coach. I have been coached for about 13 out of my 17 years as of the recording of this video. And I really think it's valuable. Not everybody believes that perhaps, but having been an athlete my whole life, I think that it's really important to get criticism, to get constructive advice, and go from maybe a C level to an A level. Have somebody that has more experience. Have somebody that's gonna help you think through the box. I think it's critical, and it definitely helped me make that $375,000 in my first 2 years. Another thing that's really, really, really critical is to create a schedule. So as an entrepreneur, nobody's gonna tell you when to get up out of bed, and nobody's gonna tell you to stop doing your laundry, etc. But create the schedule. So I had a schedule: work out in the morning, I would do my role play, I would make my phone calls, I would follow up on my leads, and I literally have it blocked out on each part of my day. I really wanted to learn the market. My process was I would take incremental numbers, and then I would say, okay, this day I'm gonna go see $300,000 to $400,000 homes in Fairfax. And then I would go to the next town and I'm gonna say, I'm gonna go look at the same price, so maybe I was doing 600 to 800 in this town, the next I'm gonna go to Reston. So these are the towns that I have next to each other, so that if somebody says, hey, I wanna spend this much money, and you can say, well, you can get this value of a home in Fairfax, but if you go out to Chantilly or Reston, you're gonna get this kind of home. That is how people really start to realize that you know the market and you're giving the right service that a homeowner needs to hear when they're buying such an important investment. And that's the pride and the motivation and the passion that I think you have to really succeed in this market. Getting to the next thing is that follow-up systems. We have to know how to follow up with our clients, with the people that are our leads, as we call them, and really make sure that we're staying in touch with them. It's all in the follow-up. It takes 8 times to get somebody on the phone, to talk with them, and really stay connected. I mean, how many people can go on, all these different websites, and then they click a button and another agent's calling, or you get the same thing, like you go on the button and then you get all these houses that are being sent for you. So the key is in the follow-up. Okay, last thing, learn the contracts. It is super important. I can't tell you how many agents that come to me with contracts, buyer agreements, etc., and they don't understand the contract. So as an ethical agent, I help out, but not every agent is going to do that. So as a service to our clients, we really need to make sure that we understand the contract, spend our time. That's where the collaboration with mentors or team members or the broker are really, really important. This is a legal situation. I feel like it's really important to keep in mind that we are messing with people's lives, and that means that their money is in stake, right? And their negotiations and their equity and everything. So I think it's super important to understand the contracts. And again, all of that together has allowed me to make $375,000 just in my 2 years. I could go on, but these are the things that I think are critical. And if you can just follow those items, then you will have the foundations to be successful in your career as well.